You know something that most people will never find out. It's not because it's locked up in a vault or hidden behind a wall. That's not because they don't deserve to know it. The reason is that they aren't vibrating at the right frequency yet to pick it up. Reality has a transmission that moves through it like a radio wave looking for its station. This teaching only comes to light when the consciousness is at the right level of coherence to receive it. There is no magic in this that looks like wisdom. This is how physics works. This is how the universe really works. And the fact that you are reading this right now means that something in your electromagnetic field has matched the frequency that brought you here. The masters of the past knew this. They did not write books just to educate smart people. To get the cellular memory to work, they wrote them every story, parable, and what seemed like a simple tale in their writings wasn't meant to be fun. It was a code. It was a key. It was only possible for that key to turn when the reader's nervous system, heart coherence, and quantum signature had changed to fit its shape. What you're about to find is more than just a bunch of stories. Thought-based technology that is alive. The book we're going to talk about doesn't exist in linear time. It exists in resonance. And the fact that you are watching this right now is not a mistake. There are no accidents in quantum mechanics. There are only entanglements. This is recognizing the universe. Please let me explain what is going on with you. The universe is not like a vending machine where you put in a coin of effort and get a predictable outcome. It works like a radio and sends out signals at an infinite number of frequencies all the time. We know that everything is energy because science says so. On a subatomic level, everything around you, the chair you sit in, the TV you watch, and the dreams you have in your heart, is vibrating energy. The only thing that determines what you get from this field of infinite possibilities is where you tune your dial. Most people try to get the universe to broadcast on their frequency their whole lives. They drag, fight, and push. But they don't know that the station they want is playing a beautiful symphony while they are tuned to static. They only need to change how they receive it. You've been taught that searching is the way to find information. People who look for it long enough, dig deep enough, and go too far into the unknown will find it. But here is the secret that quantum theory and neuroscience show. The best lessons don't come from working hard. These things get there by aligning. Take a moment to think about your own life. Have there ever been books that just showed up when you needed them? Conversations that took place right when your soul was asking you a question you hadn't even said out loud? You had teachers who showed up just when you were ready to learn what they had to teach? It's not luck. Real life is based on this basic operating system. The universe is not a blank wall that you move through. It is a smart field where you can participate and it reacts to your consciousness. Your energy comes back to you through it. And all of a sudden, what you need shows up when your awareness reaches a certain vibrational state, which happens when you have had enough experiences, asked enough questions, and let go of enough of your old self. The old book we're reading today is called The Ritual of the Universe. But this is what makes it different from all the other spiritual teachings you've heard. It doesn't say that it can be found. It says it can find you. It knows when you have reached a certain level of consciousness where its lessons can take root. Next, and only then, does it show itself. This is the first cosmic law principle that most people don't understand at all. You are not being kept from the treasures of life. These people are waiting for you to change so that you can hold them. You can't make people ready. You can't fake being in alignment. There is no story you tell yourself about who you are that the quantum field reads. It reads the frequency of your being. It reads your brain and nerves. It finds out what kind of electromagnetic signature your heart has. Please click the like button if this is making sense to you. This transmission can reach more people whose frequencies are ready to match this truth. To stay connected to this signal, subscribe now. Reality reorganizes itself to give you exactly what you need when your frequency matches what is available. If you can feel that reorganization happening, if this frequency is vibrating in your chest right now, acknowledge it. Do not think it is just another video. Fill out the comment fields with aligned. This easy action breaks down the wave function, turning a thought into a physical action. It tells the field that you are online, listening, and a good match for this transmission. There is something else going on here that most spiritual teachings don't talk about at all. They tell you what to do, what you need to get better at, or what level you need to reach. But the most important lessons don't tell you what to do. They want you to see what is already there. They want you to see something new that has always been there. Take a look at the electromagnetic spectrum. No matter if you can see it or not, infrared light is there. It's there, shining, present, and working. However, your eyes aren't designed to pick up that particular frequency. Does that mean it's not real? Not at all. It means that it hasn't yet become part of your wider understanding. When you upgrade your technology of perception, like when you put on infrared goggles, you see a whole new side of reality that was always there. It's the same with consciousness. Quantum mechanics suggests that there is a multiverse, also called a many-worlds interpretation, where all possible outcomes exist at the same time in a state called superposition. There are many levels of possibility around you right now. There are definitely chances, connections, insights, and resources available. It is already possible for you to be healed, wealthy, and loved in the quantum field. But these things can't be seen by your current frequency because you are still seeing things through the eyes of your old self. The old you, the one who is stuck in survival mode because of past trauma and a chemical addiction to stress, can't see the new reality. It's like your brain filters out information that doesn't fit with what it already knows. But as soon as you change how you feel inside, as soon as you calm your nerves and open your heart, you get better goggles. Reality doesn't change. The way you see the world changes. And in the quantum world, reality depends on who is looking at it. Everything changes when you change how you see things. Let me show you a place to help you understand this idea. Take a moment to close your eyes. In fact, shut them. Take your mind off of the things around you and focus on yourself. Picture yourself walking through an old market. This isn't the kind you read about in history books. This is the kind that lives in the area where thought and matter meet, where the quantum wave function hasn't yet broken down into a particle. There is a vendor there. She is sitting behind a table that is full of things that sparkle with light that can't be there. These aren't just things. They're possibilities that have become solid crafts made from starlight. Mirrors that show not your face but what you could be. Rings made from wishes that never came true, but were still important. Lisa Martinez is her name in this story. In addition, she has a problem that doesn't make sense. She has nothing to sell. It's not because nobody wants what she has. They want it very badly. They want the love, power, and peace that her things give off. But the payment falls through every time someone tries to buy one of her treasures. Gold coins change into dead leaves. Silver turns into a gas. When things touch her palm, even gems break into dust. She has thought for years that she is failing. She feels like she is the worst merchant in the world because her goods won't trade. She takes this failure personally and sees herself as the one who cannot provide. Until one night, when something changes, a traveler comes up. The search has left his eyes hollow, and the loss has left his hands empty. It's not clear to him what he wants to find with his analytical mind. He only knows that he has been looking for a very long time. He's worn out from being himself before. He has given up his need to be in charge. Something amazing happens when he looks at a simple copper bowl that 100 other people have tried to buy before him. It starts to hum in the bowl, that is, not with sound, but with resonance. At a frequency that only he can hear, it moves. Why? Because his electromagnetic signature is the same as the bowl's resonance is this thing. He set off the bowl in the same way that a tuning fork can make a guitar string vibrate across the room if they are tuned to the same note. He doesn't yet understand what every cell in his body knows when he lifts it. This thing has been ready for him, not for other people. For him, right now, after this trip, when he offers to pay, Jessica's coins stay in her hand. Everything is done with the deal. The bowl has been given to the right person. This is the moment Jessica finds out the truth, which changes everything. Her things were always willing to be bought. They were quantum objects that were in a potential state. They wouldn't let people who weren't ready for them bring them into the real world. There was a unique consciousness signature encoded in each object. It would only materialize or really happen when someone with the same level of awareness showed up. You see, the universe doesn't work like a market where things are scarce or where luck plays a role. The way it works is based on resonance and the observer effect. What you're looking for is looking for you too, but it's not looking for the you act like you are. It's not looking for the mask you put on to get through life. It's looking for the real you, the person you are becoming. It is trying to find a match in the electromagnetic field. Here's what this means for your everyday life. There was no accident with the book that changed your life, the lesson that opened your eyes, or the relationship that changed you. They were appointed by the stars through your thoughts and heart. Your consciousness sent out a signal at a certain frequency. Reality responded with exactly what you needed at the exact time you could receive it. The question isn't whether there are lots of things in the universe. There is no end to the field. Question: are you tuned in to the frequency where plenty can find you? Or are you sending out a message of lack, fear, and not being good enough that turns away the things you want? This is where most people get stuck. They know what this idea means, but they can't put it into practice. They believe that tuning themselves means to work harder, meditate longer, or say their affirmations louder. They try to change things with their conscious mind. Though, your mind is only 5% of who you are. The other 95% is your mind, and your mind is your body. Tuning is not about adding. It's not about giving your brain more information. It's about taking away. The interference, limiting beliefs, fears, and chemical addiction to the past that are getting in the way of the signal that is already trying to reach you must be removed. Think about the store that Jessica runs. It's already a part of your life. You see hidden gems every day, just waiting for you to be ready to find them. You could find relationships that change you, chances that make you better, and insights that set you free. They are there, real, present, and moving. But you can't see them yet because they are blocked by your nervous system. The cortex of your brain has a system called RAS that is set up to only show you things that you already know to be true. If you think the world is hard, your brain will block out signs that it is easy. This leaves us with the question: how do you raise your frequency? How do you change into someone who can see things that you can't see now? You don't use force to do it. Being present is how you do it. You don't just try hard enough to get it. You do it by being still. You don't look for more to do it. Getting rid of the old self is how you do it. You need to stop being yourself all the time. Take a break now. Now, do not skip this. The things I'm about to say aren't just facts. It is an intervention in the brain. If you let it, it will change how reality shows itself to you from now on. Sit in a quiet place tonight before bed. This is the time when your brain waves are slowing down from beta to alpha and theta, which is the state where the door to your subconscious is open. The usual way to meditate is not to do this, not to get rid of all the bad thoughts or reach a supreme state, just to remember. Remember the last month, year, or 10 years of your life. Name 3 things that happened at the exact time you needed them. 3 moments, 3 lessons, or 3 encounters. Not even a day ago, you wouldn't have understood, not the next day, when the window would have shut. But just the right time for your soul to receive. It could have been a book that someone gave you that answered a question you had been thinking about, but not saying out loud. It's possible that a breakdown pushed you to make a breakthrough you had been putting off. It could have been a stranger who said 7 words that changed the way you think about yourself. As you think of each one, say this truth out loud. I know that all gifts come at the perfect time. I believe in the wisdom that leads them to get here. I'm ready to receive what is coming my way now. This isn't just an affirmation to make you feel good. There has been a quantum acknowledgement. The wave function is being shrunk down. It's like telling the field of consciousness, I see you. You are using the observer effect to make the pattern of synchronicity stronger. You are becoming aware of the intelligence that is running your life and letting what is already coming to you in. You start to rewire your brain when you do this regularly. You go from being in a state of survival, looking for danger, to a state of creation, looking for chances. The universe responds to what you know. Chances that you would have missed suddenly appear more slowly, letting you see them. Teachers who were going to walk by you now stop and look at you. It's almost like books that were going to stay on the shelf just fall into your hands. Why? Because you are now energetically clear to what is looking for you. You are sending out a signal that makes sense. Being thankful isn't the only thing the Gratitude Gateway is about. Tuning your consciousness to the frequency where synchronicity is the norm is what it means today. Try it out, and then leave a comment below. Don't just read and move on. Put this exact phrase in your comment. I am ready to receive what seeks me, so that's your message to the field. That's when you should break out of the old pattern and say that you are no longer living in the consciousness of seeking, but in the consciousness of receiving. This practice has a second level that makes everything more profound. What was I believing about myself, about life, about reality right before each gift appeared? Because this is what you will find, not by chance, but at the exact moment when your consciousness changed from one frequency to another, each treasure showed up. Going from doubt to trust, from fighting to giving up, from wanting to letting go. The opening in the field was made by that shift. Seeing this pattern for what it is makes it possible to create openings on purpose. No longer do you wait for pain in your life to make you ready. Instead, you make readiness your default state of being. Let me take you somewhere else now. There's a book out there that will explain why effort in the usual Newtonian sense might be stopping you from getting what you want. There is a principle in this story that most people fight their whole lives. A master blacksmith named Brandon Rodriguez lived in the volcanic valleys where the molten core of the earth rises close to the surface. Travelers said they could hear the sound of his forge in their dreams days after leaving the valley. But Brandon was really mad inside. He had been learning how to bend metal to his will for decades. He used the old way, which was to hammer, force, and shape things with great strength and accuracy. He was famous across kingdoms for being able to control the forge and bend iron to his will. This is how most of us live. We try to control our world. We try to force our jobs, our relationships, and our happiness. This is a time of high beta brainwaves, which are caused by adrenaline, cortisol, and stress. We are in survival mode and are using matter to try to change things. Until one morning, Brandon's hammer broke when it hit a metal piece that wouldn't give way. He did everything possible. More heat, different views, tools that are stronger. It didn't work. The metal flatly turned him down. He fell asleep next to his cooling forge that night, tired and confused. Something happened in the lucid theta state, which is the time between waking up and sleeping. He heard the metal talk, not in words, but in how you feel in the exchange of energy. It said, "Your strength makes resistance. Your surrender shows me the truth. No one is supposed to be able to beat me. I'm supposed to flow into shape." Things were different when Brandon woke up. He realized that he had been trying to act like a particle, which is solid, separate, and strong. But the metal told him to act like a wave, fluid, connected, and full of energy. He went up to the same stubborn iron piece, but this time, he didn't force her to listen. He just did it. He did this to find the metal's natural resonance. Instead of going against the beat, he moved with it. A state of heart coherence came over him. Once he stopped trying to control the material and began working with it, miracles began to happen. Stronger than diamond, but lighter than feathers. Blades that didn't just cut, but also cut the air. Instead of arrows, they had shields that blocked fear. The word got around. A brave prince came across deserts to get Brandon's secret. Brandon held a glowing ingot very gently, as if it were a sleeping child. "I don't have a secret," he said. "I simply listen to what wants to become, and I help it arrive." Take a moment to think about that. How much of your life have you spent trying to make things happen? Trying to push against resistance? To try to make things happen just by willpower and hard work? And how often has forcing made the problems you were trying to solve worse? This is the truth that changes everything. Dominance doesn't change creation. It responds to peace. Coherence is a factor. You become a channel for power you couldn't get through effort alone when you stop fighting the flow of the universe and start going with it. Your desires don't come true just because you commanded them to. They showed up because you were in tune with how things naturally unfold when they try to emerge in the quantum field. This is where many people get stuck. They believe that the key to manifestation is to train your mind to think clearly, affirm things loudly, and believe strongly enough. But real manifestation, the kind that changes things for good, isn't about force. It has to do with resonance. The universe doesn't want you to struggle to prove that you deserve good things. It is waiting for you to become more open so that you can receive what is already yours. When you are stressed, you can't change the fundamental field of matter. Our bodies shut down their creative centers when they sense danger from stress so they can focus on staying alive. You can't force people to be good. You can only make the conditions for excellence to happen on its own. You can't make beauty happen by force. To fully align with it, you have to let it flow through you without any blocks. Brandon's change wasn't caused by him learning a new skill. It had to do with getting rid of an old belief. The idea that having control means having power. He learned that real power comes from working with other people, from realizing that you are part of the same field as the forces you are trying to change, not separate from them. When you honor that unity and work with the intelligence that is already in the thing, the moment, and the situation, miracles start to happen all the time. This is true for all parts of your life, including your relationships, job, art projects, and spiritual path. If you try to force someone, they will fight back. You are making the signal static. When you're in the flow, you open up possibilities. You are sending out a wave that is clear and makes sense. But here's what's tricky about this. Flowing does not mean being passive. It doesn't mean you stop doing things or making choices. In other words, your actions and choices come from being in tune with yourself instead of being anxious, from being there instead of pressure, from trust instead of fear. As you force, you can feel the difference in your body. Your jaw hurts. You are taking short breaths. Your shoulders are tense. You have a low heart rate variability. Incoherence has taken over your mind. When you're flowing, you have to work, sometimes a lot of work. But it's easy, it doesn't wear you down. It wakes you up. There is coherence in your state. Here's how you're living this principle right now. Put down your book for a moment, stand up straight. Put your hands on your knees so that the palms are facing up. This isn't a sign. It's full of energy. Your body language is becoming more open, which tells your nervous system that it is safe by being open to receive. You are not staying closed in defense. Take a deep breath, but not the way you normally breathe. Being aware of breathing, breathe out more slowly. The parasympathetic nervous system, also known as the rest and digest system, is activated. This is where healing and creation take place. You will let go of one layer of control with each exhale. Slowly breathe in. As you do this, tell yourself, I am the universe flowing freely. Let out all of your air. Let the stress leave your shoulders, jaw, and hands as you do this. You can feel the energy going out and down. Breathe in again. I am divine will in motion. Let out a breath. Let go of your resistance in your mind. The tight hold you've been using finally pays off. The worry that things won't happen if you don't push them, take a deep breath. I am perfect cosmic timing. Let out a breath. Don't try to control when and how your life happens. Do this for at least 2 minutes, and maybe even longer, until you feel something change inside you, up until you feel lighter and more open, like molten metal ready to flow into any shape life has planned for you. This isn't being passive. This is the strongest position you can have. Because when you stop obstructing the universe with static, it can flow through you with ease. Please share in the comments. In what part of your life have you been forcing things instead of letting them flow? Think about what it would be like to give up that struggle and trust the process. Your thought process could be just what someone else needs to hear today to break out of their own cycle of trouble. This is what no one tells you about sacred timing. You believe you're behind schedule. You feel like you've missed chances. You might say, if only I had known this teaching 5 years ago, 10 years ago, everything would be different now. But this changes everything. You're right on time. That you are watching this right now, not last year or next month, is because this is the exact moment when your mind can take in what is being sent. You would have understood this teaching intellectually if you had heard it earlier, but you wouldn't have lived it. The things you've been through, the pain you've felt, the confusion you've been through, They all helped you become more aware. Everything was changing the way your brain works, so you could handle this level of truth. Because time is not linear, the universe never gets the timing wrong. According to quantum mechanics, all time exists at the same time. Different frequencies make the past, present, and future happen right now. It wasn't customer demand that drove Jessica's impossible marketplace. It was customer resonance. It's possible that the copper bowl was in the quantum field before the traveler got there. But it only became real. That is, it turned from a wave to a particle when his consciousness matched its frequency. Right now, the same is true for you. This teaching has been around in different forms for thousands of years. But it is coming to you now because that's when you can use it. At this point, your soul has grown enough to not only hear these words, but also let them change the way you live your life. You've been moving toward this moment your whole life. Every book that wasn't quite right for you led you here. Every teacher who helped you along the way but couldn't finish the job was getting you ready for this. Every time you were lost, every time you almost gave up but didn't, and every time you felt like giving up was all part of the system that brought you to this exact frequency. That's why you're not late. You're not behind. You didn't miss anything. You're on time. And the way you feel something stirring inside you as you listen to this, that rise in your chest, that is not just emotion, that's what recognition is. That's your soul remembering something it has always known but forgot because you lived in a world that made you doubt the intelligence of the universe. The recognition principle is what we are going to talk about today. Knowing that you are ready lets you see what is already there. But this frequency is only a small part of a much bigger spectrum. You are right if you feel like there is more to this than meets the eye. You can read about the whole system in my book, Beyond the Frequencies, a quantum guide to consciousness mastery. It includes the 9 master frequencies that help you move from unconscious seeking to conscious receiving. In this class, we go over in detail how to break out of the frequency prison and start creating effortlessly as the field itself. The link is in the comment below that has been pinned. One of the most healing things you can realize is this. I want to talk about it more. Something very important changes in your nervous system when you realize you are not behind. You have not missed your window, and the universe has not forgotten about you. You need to slow down. Don't force them. You stop being afraid of what if it's too late or I should have done this sooner. You start to trust what is happening instead. You start to see that every delay was actually a chance to get ready. Every detour was a way to stay safe. Every minute of waiting was actually making things better. Consider fruit. You can't make an apple ripen faster just because you can't wait. It ripens according to rules of biology that you can't change. Time, temperature, and sunlight. It goes bad if you pick it too early. It goes bad if you wait too long. But if you choose it at the right time, it's perfect. It's the same in your life. There are some lessons that you can only fully understand at certain points in your brain development. You won't be able to see opportunities until your awareness has grown. You can only keep relationships going once your emotional intelligence is high enough to do so. This doesn't mean you do nothing and wait for the universe to give you what you want. It means you stay involved, present, and active, but from a place of trust instead of need. People act because they are motivated, not because they are afraid of falling behind. This change is magical in this way. When you stop pushing yourself before you're ready and start trusting your timing, chances that you couldn't see before start to show up. It's not because they weren't there, but because you weren't. They couldn't pick up on them because your consciousness wasn't at the right frequency. Let us now talk about something that many spiritual leaders won't tell you, because it goes against the common path. I need to hear from you before we go. Write about a time in your life when something just showed up at the right time in the comments section below. When the timing of the universe was clear, sharing these stories doesn't just help you think about them, it helps other people do the same. In the collective field, you are making the pattern of synchronicity stronger. When you're on a spiritual path, most of them tell you to look for truth everywhere you go. That is valuable. Momentum is made by moving. Questions let people in exploration, makes you more aware. But there's a bad side to seeking that no one talks about. You are operating from a frequency of lack when you are always looking for the next lesson, the next big idea, or the next level of consciousness. You're telling the universe, I don't have enough. It's not enough where I am. It's not enough to be who I am. The universe, being the perfect quantum mirror that it is, gives you more things to look for in return. It lets you see farther. That way, the carrot stays just out of reach. People who are really looking don't get to see the deepest treasures in the cosmic marketplace. People who are still enough to receive can go through it. This is the paradox that all change is based on. Look around, but you won't find what you want. You find it by becoming the kind of person who doesn't need to look anymore, because they know they already have everything they need. The people who came demanding, grasping, and trying to get Jessica's items didn't show themselves to them. They were found by people who had been looking for a long time and were ready to give up. To those who had been on a journey long enough to know that it was always inside them. That traveler who got the copper bowl had stopped searching not because he found the object, but because his consciousness had moved from the frequency of seeking to the frequency of recognition. Do you notice a difference? Seeking is outside. Recognition comes from within. It means, I need something I don't have. It means, I am ready to see what is already here. No, you are not stopping to grow. Stopping to learn doesn't mean that. It means that you move from the energy of chasing to the energy of rising. From the vibration of not having enough to the vibration of having everything ready, everything changes when you make that small but profound change in your energetic stance. From the Zen tradition comes a teaching that says this very well. A pupil goes up to a teacher and inquires, "How long will it take me to reach enlightenment?" This is what the master says, 10 years. "But what if I work twice as hard?" asks the eager and driven student. The master says, "Then 20 years. Can you see what's being shown here? It seems like the harder you look, the farther away you get from what you want, because looking for something separates people. It makes you think that what you want is somewhere else, at a different time, or with someone else. But recognition breaks down that wall of separation. It shows that what you were looking for was always there. You were just ignoring it because you thought the truth had to be more complicated. This is the best joke in the whole universe. The treasure you've been looking for decades and across continents has been right outside your door the whole time. Not in a figurative way, literally. You have been aware of it, you have been there, and you can see what is instead of what you think should be. Everything you need starts to show up as soon as you stop looking for it and start seeing it. It's not because it's finally coming. It's because you've finally reached a state of mind that can receive it. Seeking is going to end its loop right now. That person is no longer looking for the answer. That person knows the answer is already here. Make that shift official. Write one strong word in the comments. Found. That is telling the quantum field that the search is over and that it can now start receiving getting used to your new identity as the person who has finally arrived. Here's what these old stories are really trying to say. It's not asking you to believe in fairy tales when the text talks about merchants and blacksmiths, impossible things and magical changes. It wants you to see how quantum mechanics is already working in your life. Anyone you've ever met was either a teacher or a student, and a lot of the time, they were both at the same time. Depending on how you looked at it, every challenge you faced was either a jail or a classroom. Every moment of your life has been a cosmic deal. The universe has given you everything you need to grow, and you have chosen to accept or reject it, depending on how ready you are. The market isn't in a different place. This is where it is. Now is the time. It's the field of all possible outcomes that is always around you. On top of that, you are both Jessica and the traveler. You are both the seller of impossible goods and the person who has been looking for them all along. You have gifts hidden inside you that you don't know how to get to yet. The rest of you needs to catch up. There is potential that has been dormant because you haven't become the conscious being that can awaken it yet. Not because it isn't there. There is also a part of you that is walking through the market right now, opening our eyes to what has always been there. Finally, no longer holding anything, my hands are free to receive. Within the teaching is this teaching. The universe is giving out wisdom, and you are not separate from it. In human form, you are the universe remembering itself through the things you do. That book isn't out there. It will show up when you're ready for it. It is in here, written in the language of your own becoming, in your DNA. You are reading a new page every time you choose awareness over unconsciousness, presence over distraction, weakness over strength. To be honest for a moment, let's push the envelope. This video is likely to make most people feel excited. They'll nod along and maybe even get emotional. They'll feel like something deep is moving inside them. After that, they'll click away, go back to their normal activities, and forget about this for days. Why? Because getting something needs more than interest. It needs to be integrated. And to be integrated, you have to change. Not just agree with the idea of change in your head, but also rewire your daily habits, your automatic responses, and your unconscious patterns. The universe is full of everything. It gives you everything all the time. To receive, however, you must first have space in your identity for it. If struggle is a big part of who you are, you will unconsciously turn down ease when it comes your way, because it feels unfamiliar and unsafe to your nervous system. If part of who you are is that you don't deserve good things, you will ruin gifts before you can fully enjoy them. People who are always looking for new things will miss what's right in front of them. This is why the teaching puts more weight on being ready than on trying. You can't force yourself to be ready. You can't lie about it. Your nerves and brain know the truth. Your energy field sends out your current state, not the state you want to be in. Things happen because of who you are, not what you say you are. How then do you get ready? Not by adding more jobs, by letting go of what is stopping you from being ready. Finding the beliefs, stories, and identities that keep you stuck at a frequency where the deepest gifts can't reach you is the first step. For some of you, it's the idea that you have to suffer in order to earn love. For some, the story that you are fundamentally broken is what you need to hear. For still others, it's what it means to be behind. These aren't just thoughts. They are barriers of energy. Your signal has static in it. You will keep learning the same lessons in different ways until you take them apart. I want you to do something strange right now that is energetically important. Affirm aloud, I am ready. Don't make it harder. Do not add, I am ready for love or I am ready for money. Just say, I'm ready. Feel what that makes you feel in your body. Check to see if there is any resistance. Pay attention to whether your mind starts right away to come up with reasons why you're not ready. Take note if fear comes up. Being aware of what is stopping you from being ready is the first step toward getting rid of it. You are watching an old show. Also, you are not it when you watch it. Say it again, but this time take a moment to let go of something that has been holding you back while you say the words. It could be a grudge. Might be a failure you've been thinking about over and over. It could be the old you. I am ready. Let go. I'm ready. Let go. Keep doing this until you feel something change. As soon as the words stop feeling like lies and begin to feel like truth, it's like your soul has been waiting for your mind to catch up. Active receiving is what this is. It's setting up the conditions inside you so that what you're looking for can finally land. And this is what I want you to know: reality changes around you as soon as you truly embody this frequency. Not eventually, right away. Because the quantum field doesn't wait. No matter who looks at the reflection, it always changes. Opportunities show up. The conversations change. People enter your field who are in tune with your new vibration. Why? For the reason that you have stopped broadcasting lack and begun broadcasting readiness. Quickly leave a comment below with just one word. You only need one word to describe the energy you want to carry from now on. The energetic signature you are committing to, not how you want to feel ready, open, aligned, or present, could be the words. Whatever word comes to mind is what you are telling the quantum field. That's your signal. This is important because of this. People hear you when you make a public statement, not just yourself. The collective field is what you're talking to. Your energy is mixed with that of thousands of other people who are watching this. That shared resonance makes what is possible for everyone bigger. Now movements can start. Not with bosses telling people what to do, but with groups of people picking a new frequency at the same time. Not skipping this get rid of your word. Declare what you believe. Join the group of people who are ready to receive and are no longer looking for anything. And if what you've heard today resonates with you on a deeper level than just intellectual agreement, I invite you to subscribe. This frequency as well as this channel. Welcome to this place where awareness and real-world change meet. Because the world reflects this truth back to us more and more as more of us live it, we are no longer just looking for individuals. We are a group force. And one mind at a time, reality changes. You now have the book that has always been yours. The lesson has come to you. You are now standing at the entrance to the cosmic market, which is now open for business. You're all set. You've always been ready, you only had to remember. But now that you know what it means to be ready, you need to know what comes next. Because something bad is about to happen, and it's not what you think. Your old identity, which was based on survival and protection, starts to fall apart as soon as you step into this new frequency. Not as a punishment, but because they have to. It's not possible to hold new consciousness in old forms. That's the reason I made the next video. Your old self starts to fall apart as soon as you watch this. It tells you exactly how to get through this change, what to expect as the old structures fall apart, and how to stay rooted as you change into something completely different. Next, watch it. It's only the beginning of the change.